Hey, Eastridge family, just want to share a thought of encouragement with you and maybe even to challenge you a little bit. In my reading, I read this story and it's familiar to you. This takes place right after two of Jesus' most famous miracles, his most powerful miracles. Right after he feeds the 5,000, he goes up onto a mountainside. He sends the disciples ahead in a boat by themselves, but he goes up on the mountainside to pray. And in the middle of the night, he walks on water out to meet his disciples, and they're terrified and the wind is blowing hard and they're having a hard time rowing against the wind. But listen to what Jesus says and how they respond. This is in Mark chapter 6, starting in verse 50. It says, "They were all terrified when they saw him, but Jesus spoke to them at once. 'Don't be afraid,' he said. 'Take courage, I am here.' Then he climbed into the boat and the wind stopped. They were totally amazed, for they still didn't understand the significance of the miracle of the loaves. Their hearts were too hard to take it in." Now in one day, Jesus performs two of his most famous miracles. And if I was there, I would probably have a hard time processing this too. But I think it's really interesting the fact that Scripture says their hearts were too hard to take it in. Here's what I think was happening. I think the disciples were getting so distracted by the challenges, this idea of how are we going to feed all these people, the challenge of the wind and the waves being in the boat. They were so distracted that they forgot who they were with. They forgot that Jesus was the Messiah, the creator of the wind and the waves, the creator of wheat from which we get flour, from which we get our bread. He's the Son of God with all the authority and all the power. And sometimes we can forget who we're with, because if we're followers of Jesus, Jesus is with us and we're with him. Our God is able to do immeasurably more than all we could ask for or imagine. So don't forget that, and don't forget who you're with.